Good day, good people. It is day 12 of our fast, April the 12th, day 12. We are here. We have 2 more days until 14. Now that we are here, let's break some things down about how I lost 50 pounds in my first week of doing my fast. Let's try to put this into perspective here. You know how when a lot of people will start off in the new year, say, hey, new year, new me, I'm about to go eat better, I'm about to exercise, I'm about to work on myself, and I'm about to drop this weight. A lot of people who haven't done that much exercise in a while, they will then do this new routine, new year, new me type thing, and say first week they'll drop 20 pounds. Well, now they're extra excited and motivated. My first week I dropped 20 pounds, I'm already off to a great start and all that. Let's go to it again next week. So they do the same thing that they did the first week that they do in the second week, and then they step on the scale again. They didn't quite lose 20 pounds. They may have lost 10, 12 max. And now they're saying to themselves, well, first week I lost 20 pounds, I did kind of go in. Second week I lost 10 and a half, 12 pounds. And, that's still good progress. Let's just go in. We're going to go in twice as hard this week coming up, and, then we'll see what happens. They do it, come back to weigh in the next week, they lost 5 pounds. And now they're starting to get a little discouraged. You're like, well, what am I doing here? What am I doing now that I didn't do first week, and how I lost 20 pounds and I only lost 5? Well, I know what to do. I'll go in, instead of me working out for 30 minutes, I'll work out for an hour and a half. And then we're really going to get this thing kick-started and going. They do that, come back to weigh the next week, they gain 2 pounds. Now they're frustrated with their diet, and now I gained 2 pounds suddenly, and I have no idea how I gained those 2 pounds. Well, then that's when they get frustrated and quit, and next thing you know, all the weight that they lost, they put it right back on and then some. That's the same kind of scenario situation that I'm in right now. But I'm not starting off at 230, 300 pounds. I'm starting at 635 pounds. So it scales. It scales up. Now, I lost a lot of water. I did. I noticed that because every day I'm drinking a half gallon of water, yet I am excreting over a gallon of urine every single day. And there are some days when I'm just like, okay, I'm not even going to drink. But still, every 30 minutes, I was getting up, having to use the bathroom all over again, every single 30 minutes. It's like, I couldn't believe it. Like, again? I got to go again? When does it stop? When does it end? Since then, it has slowed down in the second week of fasting. It has slowed down. But I'm still getting rid of a lot of water. But that's essentially what happened during this first week. I lost 50 pounds. I want to say maybe 30 pounds of that was water weight that I just got rid of my body. I'm looking at my hands. I'm looking at my feet. I don't know if you can tell, but the backs of my hands are starting to look more vascular. You can see the veins kind of coming through. But that's kind of letting me know that, yeah, I was losing water. I look at my feet. The swelling in my feet has gone down. I'm able to slip into my shoes easier. Those are just the small goals and victories that I'm taking right now. That lets me know that, yeah, a lot of that weight that I dropped off was essentially water. Now, I did some research on the web, and I came across some numbers that I can actually use to help show for that. So, now these are just rough numbers. In my research, I find out that about 35,000 calories is equal to 1 pound of mass. Okay? 50 pounds is going to be 175,000 calories. So that's impossible for a human to do in 1 week. Impossible. Okay? This is based off the basal metabolic rate, the BMR calculator. It basically measures the amount of energy expended while at rest. So that means you have to be at least 12 hours fasted. Well, I'm more than a week in, so this definitely applies to me. So for a male of 39 years and 6 feet 2 inches, my weight starting at 635, my BMR was at 3,865 calories. Now, I exercise about 5 days a week, so that ramps up to 5,662 calories, okay? For 5 days of exercise, that equals 28,110 calories, and 2 days of resting, that's 7,730 calories. In total for the week, that is 35,840 calories. Now you take that number and you divide that by 3,500, and we get 10 and a quarter, roughly 10.24, but 10 and a quarter, roughly. So I lost about 10 and a quarter pounds by doing my exercises for 5 days and my just resting for 2 days. Now I am still doing my free weights. I haven't factored that in yet. These are just rough numbers that I took from the calculator and just added those together. Now I have no idea how much more doing my free weights every single night would do, because you do get the initial calorie burn of doing the actual exercises with the free weights, and then you still burn more calories over time, overnight, while your body is trying to recover, repair, and rebuild the muscles that you just used up. So I have no idea what those numbers could be, but those could only help. The new weight starting out at 535 pounds. BMR is going to be 3638. With exercise is going to be 5,330. 5 days, 26,650. And with the resting, it's going to be 7,276. Combined, it's going to be 33,926 calories divided by 3,500. That's going to be roughly 9.5 pounds. I'm expecting to be in the 570 range when I step on the scale. Realistically here, because that first week I lost all that water, and now the second week we kind of use this week as the control. So we want to see what my weight's going to be at the end of this week, and that's really going to be the stepping stone that we use going forward. Does that make sense? Let me know down below if any of this makes sense to you. I'm expecting to lose 10 pounds. Keeping that in mind going forward, I think we're good. But yeah, we will see what happens on Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be the weigh-in. We will see what our progress is going to be at. And until then, you guys have a wonderful day. Have a good one.